Hello everyone, this is Cindy, and I just thought I'd show you a little sneak peek of what project my daughter and I are working on. It is going to be a journal for D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, and it's going to contain like the character sheets and bios and maps and just notes dealing with one player's character in the D&D games. That's the best I understand D&D. So anyway, this is for my daughter. So this one is specific for her character. So if I were to make more, it wouldn't look exactly like this, because the red roses, her character has red rose tattoos all over him, and each rose represents someone that has died in his family. That's kind of his background. So anyway, this is a bouquet of roses my daughter carried when she was a homecoming queen candidate. And I told her, I said, you know, I'm thinking we take one of these, and you've seen how people use the florist wire and they wrap a flower around ink pens so people won't take them off, you know, at the like stores and stuff where you have to sign a receipt. That way you don't make off with their pens. So I thought, Amy, that would be great for a pen for your journal. And she was really happy because she said that way, because, you know, she doesn't want to really keep this, but, you know, this way it kind of helps keep the memory alive by using part of that in her for this journal. Now this, I wish I'd taken a picture before, because it was a purse. She wanted something that had that fake alligatory skin looking stuff, so it kind of would represent dragon scales. That's the closest we can get to it, right? So anyway, we went to Goodwill, and believe it or not, they had a purse just exactly what she wanted, and it was just barely big enough. I mean, I was using every piece of leather on that purse, and she wanted it like this, where there was pieces that you tell better on this. Franken papered it, and I just had a piece of fabric, which is right here, about the size I wanted. I think I made it a little bigger because I wasn't really sure how I was going to make this journal a cover, and I'm not completely there yet. But anyway, I did some spot gluing of these pieces of, I'm calling it leather, but you know, it's just vinyl stuff. Glued it on, and then I took it to my sewing machine and did the zigzagging stitch. And it turned out fairly decent, I think, considering I didn't know what I was doing, and I was using this plastic instead of paper. So anyway, the idea is to make a cover out of this and then put signatures in it. Now the signatures, I had the first one almost done, and it's thin. And it's got the papers. And here's where my daughter came into it at. I said, I have no clue what kind of things you need to know about your character for D&D. So she designed these sheets, and on some of them we're going to put, and I didn't bring it over here. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Yeah. Going to take a piece of this, and this is transparency film, and I think it would be great because it's pretty tough and it's thin. So I'm going to cut it to size, and then I'm going to stitch it on the top. And you could write your numbers here, and then some of the numbers change, so you can write them on the vinyl. You can lift it up if you want to write something else down there. So several of the pages will have this vinyl on it. So these numbers, some numbers change throughout the games, so you don't want them just, I mean, you could put them in pencil and keep erasing if you wanted to, but we were trying to do something a little different. And on these two pages, these are spell pages, so if you have spells, it changes like the number of times you could use it. So same concept, we're going to have the vinyl on there, or not the vinyl, transparency film. And then more details about your character. And then she wanted, at least for her, because she has a very detailed biography that she created for her character. And this is page after page after page. It's the back side of the signature, where you can fill out for your character. And I'm going to put tabs on this. It says character sketch, or sheets, character sheets. And on the, I don't have the third signature here. Where do I put it? It's right here somewhere. It has all graph paper in it. It's for the maps. And then the last two signatures, which you can see I don't have them finished yet, are just blank papers for notes. So just a little variety of papers, but ones that you can still write on. So that's what's going in here. So anyway, that's what we're working on. We're working on a Dungeons and Dragons journal, and it's going to have 4 signatures, and it's going to have a cover and a pen and some pockets and some tags and just different things. And I will show it to you when it's finished, And then she's going to do a little video where she's filled it out a little bit. So that's our plan. That's why we're trying to work it out, you know, over the holidays. So when she's here, we can work on it. So anyway, this will be part 1. And I think I'll go ahead and upload this. And then the next time you see this journal, it should be finished, I hope. And you'll see, yeah, that'll be the next part. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Very quickly, here's the third signature, and as you can see, it is all graph paper, and it's for making maps. And it will have a cover of some scrapbook paper, which I should have showed you too. It's right here it is. That's going to be the signature covers. So once again, it's like I said, this is specific for my daughter because her character has red roses, so we're going roses everywhere. And if I ever make any more, it would not be have the roses included. So anyway, just an idea we're working on. So thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, everyone, I'm working on this cover for this Dungeons and Dragons journal for my daughter. Okay, I have taken a book cover and I took the pages out, kept the spine intact, put a little piece of cardboard, chipboard there, glued it in, just so it kind of holds that spine in shape. I kind of want, she wants it to look like a leather journal, and I kind of want it to be not necessarily just squared, you know, like that, kind of rounded on the spine. So I don't care if it bows on me. I don't care about any of that. So what I do care about is wrapping this piece of my own creation fabric made out of a purse around this without getting absolutely loads of bulk in the corners. And I just don't know that I can get that accomplished. I mean, I'm going to squeeze it and trim it all I possibly can, but we're just going to see. As you can see, I had a piece of fabric here just to glue the pieces onto before I took them to my sewing machine and did zigzag stitching. So I trimmed all that fabric that was around the edges. So it's over here in a pile. Trying to decrease the bulk. So we're going to attempt this. And I have 3 corners are great because they have a solid piece of fabric. And over here, of course, right on the corner is where I've pieced together 2. So I really need to try to get in there and trim some of that up. So I'm going to keep the camera going. I may not talk a lot. I may be concentrating. I have no idea whether this will actually get posted or not. We'll just see. So I'm going to start, and I don't have the world's best scissors for this, so we'll just see. Yeah, not good. I'm not sure what I have that will get up there in that tip. I have nothing here that will do it. Maybe these surgical scissors. Someday I'll tell you how I came up with a whole bunch of these. Well, not a whole bunch. 3 or 4. These are the kinds that cut the stitches. And that little hook on there, perfect for grabbing the threads of a signature and raising it up and snipping it so you can get pages out of a book. Okay, I'm going to remember those are there because I probably will be using them a little bit. Okay, so down goes this, down goes this. It doesn't really matter which is front or back at this point. We can figure that out. Whichever one looks better, right? Okay, so the idea is to fold this in, glue it, fold these over, glue them, and then these edges, do all the corners the same, and then cover the raw edges with some paper, which, you know, I told my daughters it's going to be real bumpy looking paper, so I don't know. We may end up ripping the whole thing off and starting over on a plan B, but for now we're going to try this. And I have 2 bottles. I have a brand new bottle of Fabri-Tac, but I think I'm going to use my old bottle that's thicker and stickier, or I don't know, it may be worse. So maybe we'll do one corner one way and one the other way. And I'm trying to put this down as far as I can so that seam is kind of out of the way. So it may be crooked on this, not that this is straight, but I think it will be fine. We'll find out. Okay, let me make sure you can see this corner. Oh, you can't. Okay, and I don't know. I could try zooming in since we're working on that corner. I'll try to keep it in frame. It's hard to see, isn't it, because of that black paint I put on there, because that was plan A. Was maybe we're already on plan B. My plan A was just to butt it up against the edge of the book and trim it, but she wanted the corners like this, so we're going to go for it. Lots and lots of glue, and putting this over, and simply at this point, if I can find it, clipping it with one of these binder clips. If I can even get them to work. There we go. Find the edge. Yeah, it's thick. I don't think I got that on there good. Boy, I can't believe it. Maybe I need a bigger one. And I think I don't want to slip any. It's gonna all be dry before I get the clip on. I'm looking for a larger binder clip. Okay, maybe this can get on there. Yeah, it says I got a bigger mouth. There we go. Get in there. Clip that down. Now, I'm debating, do I go ahead and do the other one? Stretch it tight. See what we look like. Let it be gluing. Why not, we say. Now, I could trim it off, but I'm too chicken at this point. So, boy, is that gonna poke through right there on that? I don't want it poking through. Oh well, if it busts through, it just makes it look more worn out, right? So we're gonna just do this as tight as we can. Grab some more glue, and I'm only gonna glue in the corner. I can cut the excess off once we know we have success. So gluing that. We need another big one. Reach up here. I've got one. I mean, stand up. Okay. Okay. Now, I don't know about the other ones. Before I think about it, let me get some more binder clips. I have bigger ones. Those are the only big ones I have. Oh no, here's another one. I got one more big one. Got a string on it. And oh, no I don't. I got two more big ones. These are made to be like little picture holders. So it's got family on it and a ribbon, but instead it ended up in my binder box. Okay, let's see if I stretch it from both ways. Does that look tight enough? Looks pretty decent. We're going for it again. Here we go. I'm sure I'm off frame again. I get busy thinking about that and not this. If I do end up selling some of these for, you know, other people, I think this will not be an option. I don't mind the Franken cover, Franken paper cover, Franken leather cover, whatever you want to call it. But I do mind this part. Okay. Don't have much room left over here. Everything slid way over on the stretch. It's okay. Like I said, if it doesn't work, we're just going to rip it off. The worst that will happen, we'll tear the book cover up, and it's not like I don't have a few extra of those hanging around. Okay, last clip. Okay. How far off frame are we? Ouch, my knee gave out. Not too bad, maybe. Okay. Oh, yes, there's my knee. I think I'm going to let this dry before I start fiddling with any more of it. And it doesn't look too bad if it could just leave it just like this. It would look great. But anyway, let those dry, come back to it. I will see you guys. I'm piecing all this together, so this may be an hour-long video. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Bye. Hi everyone, Cindy again, and we're back to work on this journal cover. I apologize for being off frame so much last time. I'm not going to zoom in this time because I can't remember to make sure I'm on frame. So I forgot I was videoing, and I went ahead and worked on the other part of this one corner. So I got one side glued down, so I need to glue that one down, and they do not come to a point anywhere even close. So I don't know if that's that particular one because of the stitching or just because of me, but you know, it's just gonna be the way it is. I think I may have to just hold it while it dries for a little bit. So we're gonna try that. Let's see if I can get it a little tighter. So I'm just using this Fabri-Tac, and I don't know, there might have been a better glue to use, but this is just what I had, and we're trying to use what we have. Gotta hold on to it. So I think I can get it a little closer to that point, but it's still not going to be anything pretty. And I know there's Tim Holtz corners I could put on, and I've thought about it, and I actually have some here. If I can grab them out while I'm holding that. Let's see. Yeah, the lid's almost off already. Oops, there's all the eyelets. There's a corner. I'm just afraid they will not fit over this because it's so thick. Ooh, they might. They just might. Now see, that would be fun. It might take a hammer. But it might work. So that's something to consider. Plan C or D or whatever we'll be up to by then. So I'm going to put a binding clip on this. Let that dry. We're going to go move on to another one. Let me clean up my mess here. So if I make it worse. Oh, these things just roll around. I finally remembered to buy the tip thingies from Hobby Lobby, and then I finally remembered to take them out of the sack. So I guess they work okay. This is the first day I've had them on the bottle. Okay, got that all messed up. Well, clumsy fingers, can't hang on to anything. Okay, let's try to work on one of the ones that's got a whole lot more vinyl to give, and we'll see how it works. So that's down pretty good, and see if we go that way. These aren't going to be that close to the point either, so I don't feel too bad about that one. Now I may have to open the new bottle of Fabri-Tac because we are just about at the end. Maybe that'll work. I want to put a little glue here so all parts of that leather are glued together. Glue those together. Before I start bending it over like that. And I'm just going to try not to glue too much of this because I'm probably going to trim it up. And I probably should trim it before I glue it. I mean, I'm sure that's what's going to be best, but I'm still waiting to see if this is going to work before I commit to cutting too much of this cover. Okay, I don't want the glue to be in the center of that. So I guess I need to get it out now. Okay, too bad. Definitely needs strength, I tell you. I wish I had two that would work on there. Maybe I need to do it this way and borrow. Actually, I'm going to try a small one. Okay, I'm going to do the other two corners. I won't make you guys watch me struggle, but you get an idea of what I'm trying to do. Just glue it down, and there's my point. And we might put the Tim Holtz corners on there. I don't know. We'll wait until it's all done and everything's glued, and we'll see. And anyway, I will show you what it looks like after I finish gluing all four corners. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye. I'm here with the next step that I did on this cover for this D&D journal. I already had it glued on to this book, and I was concerned because the faux leather was so thick when I did the corners that there was a big drop off between this leather and then the book. So when I put the paper over it, I didn't want you to be able to see all these rough edges. So I was thinking some of that foam stuff, you know, that you can get, foam I think it's called, but before I could find it, I found this another piece of faux leather, and it's got like a felt backing, and this is stuff, I'm sure it was purchased at Walmart a long time ago to cover a seat or a bar stool or something, and I just had a scrap big enough that I was able to put it in here and take my scissors and kind of trim around and fit it up as close as I could get to that faux leather. And I know this looks pitiful, and it's pitiful that I'm showing this on to other people, but it's just kind of like my process. And it's like I said earlier, yeah, I probably won't be doing this again, but it's for my daughter, so I'll give it a try. So my thought was, put this stuff there. It doesn't have to look neat. It just has to be close enough that maybe that paper will lay a little flatter. And here's the paper I'm going to use. So I'm thinking I can get pretty close to the edges, glue it down, and it's not gonna, it may look a little bumpy, but it's not gonna look like there's a big old ditch there. So anyway, you know, for another inch, this would have just been perfect, but instead I'm just going to overlap it in the spine. That will give the spine some more reinforcement, and I'm just going to glue the dickens out of it. So that's my next step, and I'm going to measure and cut it and start gluing it down. I'll probably be using all sorts of clips, binding clips to hold it, and I'll probably do it in sections so that I can make sure every bit of it's clipped. And I am not going to do it on this video. I may do another video, and then if the process isn't too tedious and too boring, I might add it, or at least part of it, to this big long video we're making. So anyway, just wanted to show you the next thing I did. And I cut the spine area because it was wanting to lay flat and then have a hollow under it. So I thought, no, I don't think I want that. So yeah, I knew I was covering it with paper anyway, so we'll see how that goes. So anyway, I'll see you in the next bit. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hi everyone, Cindy, and I'm here with the paper, and I went ahead and measured it and cut it, and I actually was filming that, and then my paper cutter, it's got a dull blade, so it tore my paper, so I had to go to the guillotine. I left my glue in the living room, so I had to go do that, so I finally decided to forget it. I'm just going to start the video here. So I just took that 12 by 12 sheet of paper, measured what I needed for like half, and I just want it to cover most of this up, this inside up, because it's not pretty. So I've got some binding clips here, got my glue here, so we're just going to try and see what we can get done on this. I'm going to do, I think, a lot of glue in the middle, and then I'm going to, because I for sure want this to stick, and I will come back and do the spine and the edges kind of individually. So I don't know if I need to spread that around. Grab a credit card, spread that around a little bit so it's not so bumpy, and put that bad spot. So if I can just get this to grab the inside, I think we'll be fine. On the edges, we're going to try it at least. Okay, so starting here at the spine spot that went bad, which I'll probably cover up with the other piece of paper, but we'll go ahead and glue it down. Come on, I just had you out. One thing I noticed about that black that I put on right here, it had that felt back, and I mean, it sucked up the glue big time. All right, I think I'm gonna have to glue this whole thing at one time because, oops, I'm getting glue on the front. It's kind of hard to get up in there. Okay, if I had the other tip, it might be better, but okay, we're gonna use these binding clips. That's not a good one. Help hold that down. Don't know if I got enough glue on the corner or not. This has taken quite a bit of time. Most of it has been me trying to figure out what in the world I'm doing, and just, like I said, being intimidated by this because it is such a thick fabric, that faux leather, that, you know, like I said in the other video, my thought was to just cut it off even with the hook, but my daughter wanted it, didn't like that look, so we're going with this. Okay. Don't know how far I got. Finish the job. I'm sure I'm off frame, but this thing, when it's laid out, it's pretty big, so. Anyway, we're taking a lot of glue for this, which is fine. I want it to stay. And I'm only gonna go as far as I have binding clips. Ooh, that's thick. Maybe we'll just do this one corner, and then I will finish up this piece, start on the next once this is dry. I think I have a few more clips I can get this, and then I will turn the camera back on and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Bye. While this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and cut this other piece. So I'll just show you what I did on the other video. I just laid it on here as close to the edge as I thought I could get it, and then I just made a little tick mark on this end where I need to cut it, and then I kind of measured into that spine area, so I can't get it to it real well, but I know it's going to be somewhere halfway mark-ish. It doesn't have to be perfect, around there. So now I'm going to take it to my trimmer and cut it that way. So next time you see me, hopefully I have it all glued on. We'll see. Thank you. Here it is unclipped, and not perfect, but better than I think it would have been if I had to put that spacer fabric in there. I'm not going to bend the spine yet. We'll deal with that tomorrow, but I am going to start gluing the other piece on. So here we go. We'll overlap in the spine. I think that'd be perfectly fine. And yep, let's get to gluing. What I did learn from last time is I glued the center and not the spine. I think gluing the spine first is important because it's kind of hard to get to once the sides are down. So we're going to try that. Actually, you know what would be better? It's gluing the whole thing all at one time. If I could find my paper clip, I'd poke this fabric tack and get a good flow. Of course, I can't find it when I need it. So it's not like I don't have a few extras in the wings. Up in there. Let's get going on this. So spine first. I've got my wet wipe in case I need to wipe off any excess glue. And also, I don't know if you can see the red magic marker beside me. I had a couple of places where the clips just kind of took the paper off just a smidgen, but since it's all this solid red, that little bit of white showed, so I just dotted it with that red magic marker and just kind of rubbed it in, and it's not that noticeable. You can see on this paper where the red dot's at, where I was testing out the marker to see if it still worked. So, okay, we'll get this in position on the edges and come down to meet the paper. Okay, that's pretty good. Got glue on my fingers more than anything else. All right, now let's go and grab that. Put a smaller one on this spine curve right there. Big ones around. Grab the big ones. It's going to do, there's a big one. Grab that corner. If it doesn't glue it down, I can go back and add glue to the places that don't glue down very well. But once this is done, then the bulk of the journal is done. I've got the signatures pretty much ready. I still need to do just a little bit of sewing, not much. And obviously I need to sew them in. And this book, which is, I'm planning on doing a hidden spine, which I've never done. I've seen videos on it. So I might brush up on my information and watch another video just to make sure I'm doing it right. Because there's no way, number one, I think a needle will go through all these thicknesses. I've got chipboard, I've got 2 layers of scrapbook paper here. I've got that faux foam stuff, or leather stuff, not foam. And I just don't think I can get a needle through, not to mention going through the signatures and all that. So I still got a lot of glue right there. I don't want to rub the color off the paper. So last time I put my railroad spike there and that weight on there to kind of get the spine. So anyway, I'm off to let this dry, and I will show you guys what it looks like when it's finished. Thanks for watching. Bye. Here is the cover with all the clips off. I have not bent it yet. I'm going to wait till all the glue dries really good overnight, and then tomorrow I will bend it and see what repair work I probably am going to have to do, because I'm not sure that paper's going to have enough bend in it. We'll see. But anyway, it's not bad. It's a junk journal after all. And on to the next project. See y'all later. Bye.